Hello everyone. So in today's lecture we'll be discussing about the transport to the cell membrane. So there are various physiological activities that are occurring in the cell. So for those activities there is certain amount of transportation that is taking place within the cell wherein substances are moving out of the cell and inside the cell according to the need. So now let's see what are the substances and how are this transport mechanism working. So now in this slide, as you can see, this is the cell membrane. Now the transport of substances is occurring through the cell membrane. The cell membrane is made up of a lipid bilayer which has proteins and carbohydrates embedded into it. Now these proteins are integral proteins and peripheral proteins, and there is also a carbohydrate or cholesterol molecules that are spread around. Now coming on to the transport through the cell membrane. As I already said that there are various physiological activities that are occurring into the cell and various substances need to be transported into the cell and out of the cell. Now substances like nutrients, oxygen and water has to be transported into the cell because the cell is undergoing various activities. It needs cell growth is needed, the cell differentiation is needed. So for that various nutrients, oxygen and water is required and that has to be transported into the cell. And at the same time there are certain metabolic waste that are produced in the cell and must be transported out of the cell. So this is the transport mechanism and how the transport is working. Now these are the substances that need to be transported, but how these transport mechanisms work. So there are basically three types of transport mechanisms: passive transport, active transport and vascular transport. In this module we'll be only discussing about the passive transport, but let's take a brief overview of each transport first of all. So now moving on to the passive transport. So passive transport can be by diffusion or osmosis. In diffusion there can be simple diffusion or facilitated diffusion. We'll see this in detail in the upcoming slides, and we'll also discuss about the factors affecting diffusion. Now active transport are also of two types, that is primary active transport and secondary active transport. When I talk of primary active transport, it can be by sodium potassium pump, calcium pump or potassium hydrogen pump. Whereas secondary active transport can be sodium co-transport and sodium counter transport. Hello everyone. So in today's lecture we'll be discussing about the transport to the cell membrane. So there are various physiological activities that are occurring in the cell. So for those activities, there is certain amount of transportation that is taking place within the cell wherein substances are moving out of the cell and inside the cell according to the need. So now passive transport is the transport of substances along the concentration gradient or electrical gradient or both, or we can simply say it as electrochemical gradient. So when I talk of substances moving along the concentration or along the electrical gradient or both, I mean to say that substances are moving from higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Whenever there is a word that is used along the concentration gradient, it means from higher concentration to lower concentration. Now this transport is also called as downhill movement or downhill transport. The reason being because during this transport there is no requirement of energy, there is no need of energy that is required for this transport. This transport occurs only through partial pressure or thermal motions of the molecule. So now diffusion is of two types. As I said, passive transport can be by diffusion or osmosis. So now we are discussing diffusion. So diffusion, as I said, is of two types, that is simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. So simple diffusion. Simple diffusion of a substance to the cell membrane occurs from higher to lower concentration simply due to thermal motion of molecules, and it does not require a carrier. When I say simple diffusion, that is simply means that moving of substances from high concentration to low concentration due to thermal motions of molecule. It does not require any kind of carrier molecule to push the movement. Okay. But when I talk of facilitated diffusion, then there is a need of carrier protein that would push the movement from higher concentration to lower concentration. But the concentration gradient must be present before anything. So if the concentration gradient is present, the substances can move, but only a push is given to the substances by these carrier proteins. There is no requirement of energy in any diffusion, whether it is simple or facilitated. Though there is carrier molecule involved, but there is no exchange, though no need of energy that is required for this type of transportation, and that is why it is known as downhill transportation and passive transport. Now, simple diffusion can be occurring through the lipid layer or can be occurring through the protein layer, whereas the facilitated is the diffusion that is carrier mediated, right? So, it is also known as carrier mediated diffusion. So, these are the three basic ways on how diffusion can occur: via lipid layer, via protein layer, and carrier mediated diffusion. So, here is an example of simple diffusion, and there is the movement of molecules or substances across the cell membrane. Now coming on to osmosis. Osmosis is the special type of diffusion. It is defined as the movement of water or any other solvent from an area of lower concentration to an area of higher concentration of a solute through a semi-permeable membrane. Now when I talk of osmosis, it is basically movement of water. Movement of water from or any other solvent from an area of low concentration to high concentration of the solute, and this is through a semi-permeable membrane. The semi-permeable membrane permits the passage of only water or other solvents but not the solutes, for example NaCl. Osmosis depends upon the osmotic pressure, and osmotic pressure is the pressure that is created by the solutes in the fluid. Now whatever solutes are added into the fluid pushes the water, and this creates a pressure, and this pressure is known as osmotic pressure. Osmosis can be of two types, that is endosmosis and exosmosis. Endosmosis is movement of water into the cell, and exosmosis is movement of water out of the cell. So the key concept or key catch here is between osmosis and diffusion, the difference is only in the terminology, that is we are describing water instead of solute. The principles are the same as those of diffusion of solute molecules through a membrane. Now, as a review, as a part of homework, you can compare diffusion to osmosis, and can just write down in the comment section, and we'll see you in the next lecture. Stay tuned and keep watching All India Medicos.
You can now practice for NEET PG with the all new test series brought about by Unacademy. This is the T20 free test series where you can get 20 questions every day, which you can solve in about 20 minutes, and it would start every day at 8 p.m. on Unacademy. So you can now start practicing for NEET PG every day and enroll now with Unacademy.